What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a haul video, this time from Mycomicshop.com. So if you want to see what I picked up today from Mycomicshop.com, well, you're going to have to stay tuned for the video. So, before we get into all this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. So when videos like this drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. And, well, talking about appreciation, how about this? Shout out to all of the YouTube and Patreon channel members, an ever-growing list of people that are supporting the channel through those memberships. If you are interested in the benefits of either or both of these, the links are in the description below. Also, for all of your supply needs, visit bcwsupplies.com for card, comics, vinyl records, etc., your supply needs, and use the coupon code SCG to save 10% on your order. So I have ordered stuff from mycomicshop.com multiple times in the past. As you might know, if you're familiar with the channel, I typically like to find my stuff in the wild, especially those unique pieces to fill those runs, because I'm largely a run collector. I like to find those in the wild, and so usually by the time I get to mycomicshop.com, it's I've already looked and I'm only like a few away, and these are books that are not big books that to get off of eBay, because you're going to pay 3 times as much with shipping of one book when these books are really not worth it. You can find those at mycomicshop.com, and so usually I'll like click on one, and then I'll have a whole buggy full by the time I check out. So over weeks and months, and check out like that. So I got an order together of a bunch of books to help fill these runs that I was looking at getting, a bunch of different ones. And while I'm talking about mycomicshop.com, now is as good a time as any to say, if you've never used mycomicshop.com, and you're getting frustrated looking for those hard to find comic books to fill those runs, you can go there. And if you have never set up an account, a way to help the channel is to use the affiliate link in the description below. So check that out. So one of the things that I like about them, as far as one, once you click the buy, it's not very long to you that says, all right, order's done, order's shipped. So quick on the packaging, quick on the shipping, and also good on the packaging. So they put these little foam things to help against drop boxes and whatever. So those are really cool. And I, because shipping is generally a flat set price. You gotta check that, because I've been wondering where that was. Is a flat set price. Usually I get a whole bunch of them at one time, as you can see right here. So they package them all together in vacuum sealing or something like that, something akin to vacuum sealing. So shout out to them, props to them for packaging as always. Also, you'll find with their grading that they are a little on the harsh side, which you can always appreciate as a buyer. So that is kind of cool there. So let's see what the first book on the radar is, and that is Nintendo Comic Systems. You knew I had to throw a little Valiant goodness in here. This is like a graphic comic novel. There's 2 of them. This is number 1, and it's got Captain N, the Game Master from the show back in the day, as well as Mario and Link. And if you're familiar with the old or OG Valiant, this is what they were known for. starting out before they launched into the Heroes verse that most people know them for today. Then we've got, I didn't realize this one was signed. I was wondering why it was so expensive. Learn something new every day. So this is Trinity Angels #4. This is one of those wonky titles that Acclaim, who had purchased Valiant, had put out. And so I'm a completionist, so I'm just getting all of them. And so this is Trinity Angels, and it is signed by the creator, Kevin McGuire, right there. And they got the Lone Star Comics, which is mycomicshop.com. Originally, I don't think they have any brick and mortars anymore, but originally they started off as a brick and mortar store and then became the thing they are today. So this is Shadow Man #1. This is from the volume 3, I believe, set of Shadow Man. There is a price variant one and a one that's not got the price variant. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one, the more rarer of them. They've got this graded as a fine plus, and so as you can see with some of the graphics of the day, if you think back to Nintendo 64, this is really Acclaim trying to mesh the two mediums together. I never played the Shadow Man game. If you played the Shadow Man game, let me know in the comments down below if it was any good or not. I played the Turok one. Dan Abnett on the writing of that. Of course, Dan Abnett just recently finished the Rye series. Was pretty good. Then we've got Good Guys #8. So I collect all of the cousins to Valiant, right? So the Gold Key comics as related to Magnus, Solar, and Turok. And then after Jim Shooter was fired at Valiant, went on to get Defiant as well as Broadway comics. These are, again, not big value books, but if you're a completionist like me, then it's certainly books that you want to have in the collection. And that's one of the ones that I need. Most of these were like $2 a piece, so it kind of gives you an idea. This is the preview edition of Powers That Be #1. So this is Broadway comics that I just mentioned as the last hoorah that Jim Shooter had at starting a comic company. That's a preview that was sent to Retailer's Edition. Ooh, nice. This is not the right one. Huh. I mean, it's nice that it's a newsstand, but this is not the right book. Okay, well, I'm going to have to contact them about that. So this is, I don't, Samari, I don't know, maybe. So Samari was a property that's owned by Neil Adams. Of course, this is Neil Adams' art right here. And, you know, Neil Adams owns Continuity, or did own Continuity Comics. So at one time, Acclaim had Windjammer Comics was for the titles that, was it Windjammer or Armada, one of the two. They own both of them, but I'm trying to remember which one was the creator-owned content. And so she had a mini-series during that time. She went on to be in Neil Adams' own deal later, but this is shows right here, #1 from the 1995 series, but this is not from the 1995 Acclaim series. As you can see, this is Continuity Comics right here. So you saw it live here first, folks, because I don't edit my stuff. So I will let you know in subsequent videos how they handle that, because I've never had an issue with them. Whoever it was put the wrong book in the comic, because the comic is labeled correctly. And as you can see, they got these little deals, and that's how they're able to scan and get them out so quickly. So Sliders #2. They had several miniseries of the Sliders TV show that Armada did back in the day. Powers That Be #2, the preview edition, or retailer edition. We got Armed and Dangerous #2. That is from Bob Hall, who was, at least in my mind, best known for creating Shadow Man. Windjammer was the creator-owned stuff, because this is Neil Adams' Nighthawk. This is Windjammer Comics, which is owned by Acclaim. And so this is a very fine copy of number 4. Huh. I didn't realize this either, but this one's signed and then they didn't even make note of it. So I wondered why this one was more expensive too. This is Quantum and Woody, number 6. This is an homage of some kind. I believe it's to Fantastic Four. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. But as you can see, there's a little signature right there from 1997. Looks like Christopher Priest. Yeah, because this thing says after Kirby, so I know but I'm thinking it's a Fantastic Four homage of some kind. They did several of these in that Quantum and Woody run, but that looks like a Christopher Priest signature, and if it is, that's the first Christopher Priest signature I got in my collection. So then we've got Bad Eggs, number 2. This is from Armada Comics. And Lizard, the Guide to Guano. So kind of a tongue-in-cheek deal towards Wizard, the Guide to Comics. So the Guide to Guano, guano being poop. So there you go. Then we've got Shadow State, number 1. This is another preview type of edition. Yeah, promo. Same here with Shadow State number 2. Then we've got a little more modern stuff. We've got Shadow Man. This is from Volume 4 from 2012. This is issue 3. Then we got Valiant Voice number 2. These were things that Valiant put out at retailers. You can see a price of 25 cents. And they did previews, like newspaper type format, for the various things that were going to come out. The latter issues of these are a little more pricey. The other ones, not so much. It's just the fact of finding them. Then we got Shadow Man number 16 from that same Volume 4. And Warriors of Plasm number 13, another Defiant comic. And this is the last issue of that series. Warriors of Plasm, I would say, was the main series of the Defiant titles. Quantum and Woody, number 3. They graded as a very good. Don't really see. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it now. Got some spine issues there. But anyway, still a nice copy. This is introducing the GOAT. The GOAT. Then we got Dark Dominion, number 7. Now, remember what I said at the start was that I, over time, will put, okay, let me just get this one, this one, this one, this one. I build up enough big enough box. I buy it. Sometimes I don't catch books that I have bought somewhere else because over the course, I don't actually put them in my CLZ app until the order's filled. I know for a fact that they're coming. Doing that, sometimes there's books like this one that I ended up getting from somewhere else. Not a big problem if it's a big book or I want 2 of them in my thing. I can get rid of it easy, but this one's going to be one that's going to sit around for a while because there's not a lot of Defiant collectors out there. Then we got Quantum and Woody, number 9. Got a little crossover going on with Troublemakers. Armed and Dangerous Special. Again, Bob Hall right there. Quantum and Woody, number 7. Little squirrel action. Little squirrel in the hood type deal. Or beaver in the hood, something. Sliders, number 1. Mentioned a lot of those miniseries is there. Dogs of War, number 4. Another Defiant title. Powers That Be, another preview edition. Got Shadow Man, number 14 from that Volume 4 run. Number 15. We got Wildcats, number 6, an issue that I already had, but this one is a newsstand, and I like to pick up those. I wouldn't have bought it just because I needed it in my PC or something, had it not already had books coming to me, but I saw it there and I said, let me throw that in there. Dark Dominion, number 8. So Shadow State number 2. This is the regular cover. You saw a preview copy of it earlier. Shadow Man number 2. So I think I actually completed this volume 4 run now. Troublemakers number 1. I had the painted cover. So when Acclaim relaunched these titles, Troublemakers was not one of the original Valiant titles. Trinity Angels wasn't either. When they relaunched them, though, the universe, as it were, they did, the number 1s had a painted cover and they had a regular cover. Wow, who'd have thunk it? Just 2 covers? But yeah, they only had 2 covers, and I already had the painted one. I didn't have this one. Then we got Trinity Angels number 8. I think I have all of them now. I might be just missing one. But again, another one of those series that you just don't see all the time, even in dollar bins. To be able to piecemeal together a full run of those books is not very easy. And understandably that, you know, they're like, if you go to a con even or a bigger store, they're not going to use floor space for those books because there's just a niche amount of people that are actually looking for them. So they got to put the expensive books out there. I know. Then we've got Valiant Voice number 6, and then talking about the debut of Dr. Mirage. Another one of those Valiant Voices crossed off of the list. So pretty big stack. Probably the biggest find, aside from that no price variant for Shadow Man, is this one right here. Paid a little more than $2 or $3 like I paid for the rest of them because this one was in pretty decent shape. They got it listed as a 5. But again, I think that they pretty harshly grade their stuff, so that's good. The only mistake, and this is the first one I've ever had from them after having ordered several different times, is this one right here. Is whoever's filling the orders is really not their fault as much as it is whoever was originally packaging this up, put the wrong book in there. So I'm going to reach out to them, and I'll let you know in subsequent videos as to how they handled it. I'm sure that they will handle it just fine. I've never had an issue with them before. And again, if you've never ordered from mycomicshop.com and you're looking to fill some offshoot books or even the big stuff, if you ever noticed them, they're a big seller over on eBay as well. But if you find something from eBay on them, it's much cheaper to go to their website because they don't got to pay the fees. If you've never set up an account with mycomicshop.com, use the affiliate link down below. It won't cost you any more, but it will assist the channel. Talking about discounts, how about BCW supplies for your supply needs? Use the code SCG to save 10% on your order. And I appreciate everybody for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully everybody's staying safe out there. Until next time, remember.
Let me know when you're rolling. A Sword of Omens tells me that you're watching Southern Comic Geek. Thundercats. Ho!
Till next time, folks, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.